Midwest Whitetail is brought to you by Realtree, Hoyt, Muddy Outdoors, Fuse Accessories, Frigid Forage, Rocket Arrowheads, Scott Archery, Night and Hail Game Calls, Cabelas, TrailCamPro.com, Execute Scent Control, and Nikon.
Welcome to Midwest Whitetail. I'm still living down the excitement of last week's hunt for G5 buck. It could take me the rest of my season or maybe even a little bit longer than that before that excitement wears off. That was quite a hunt. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about some of the events that took place that day, one of the products I was testing, and also the shot that I took. I got a little bit of flack from a few of the viewers on that, so I want to address that real quick. But also we've got plenty of action to carry this show on its own merits. We've got a hunt from Chad Lathrop down in northern Missouri, and also we have a hunt from Frank Miniter on our farm here in Iowa. So let's jump right to the action.
Well, going into the season in northern Missouri, we knew of a few good bucks that we wanted to go after. One in particular was the deer that we knew, simply by the 6x5. We didn't hold back at all. We went in right after him. We had some awesome frigid forage turnip plots tucked into some great areas where we thought maybe we could catch the 6x5 on his feet early. During the early season, the deer were really piling into these plots. Lots of does and some good young bucks, but during the last week of September, we did have an encounter with the 6x5. We were sitting over one of our big and beastie turnip plots. Right before dark, just behind us, a couple bucks showed up. Right away, we recognized one of them being the 6x5. After the last couple weekends of September, we held off a little bit until the end of October, and we headed right back to those same food plots in hopes that the 6x5 would show up pre-rut time period, maybe checking a few does. The end of October went by and there was still no sign of him. He wasn't showing up on any of these plots during the daylight. So we knew we had to do something different in order to get on him. So when the first week of November hit, we changed our mindset to, trying to catch him cruising, following does. But we got out the aerial map, started looking for the best land features where we thought he was living. We went right back to that same creek where we had seen the 6x5 early in the season. We went down that creek and found the best spot where all the ditches came together and created a really nice pinch that would hopefully funnel the deer right past our stand to this narrow pinch here. And on that ledge, they don't want to go that way, so they work right up here. It's just an incredible travel area. November 2nd, me and Mike Valier went in and hung a stand that set up great for a northwest wind. On November 9th, we finally got that northwest wind with the cold front rolling in. It was a great time to get into that new set and go after the 6x5.
It is November 9th. And we are out here today on a great pinch point in Missouri. We've been waiting for a day to get in here, but we just got the right wind, so hopefully get a crack at a big one. We know of a big 6x5 that lives right here in this area. We just hope that a doe brings him through today.
When it finally got light enough to see, I looked to my left and right away we seen the 6x5.
I tell you what, I'm excited. That's a great deer. That's the 6x5 we were after. November 9th. We came into a rattling sequence. We had him walking away. We grunted. He could never hear us. Didn't know what to do, so we hit the horns. Mikey said hit the horns. I hit him, and we had bucks on top of us. Fuck yeah. That's awesome. What? Doing our job on a little doe management. Just talking about the deer. Had some does come in. Decided we'd shoot one.
Well, we're here in northern Missouri. This is the 6x5 we've been watching all summer and all year, hunting hard after him. He's an awesome deer. We think he's a good 4-year-old. Very proud of him, man. This is a great Missouri deer. Great deer anywhere, for that matter. He didn't run far. He went about, 80 yards. The rocket really tore him up, man. There's a heck of a blood trail, so great feeling. The key to success on this hunt was realizing that the food plots weren't working. Going in and looking at the aerial maps and figuring out where the best pinch or funnel was in the area the 6x5 was living, in hopes that during the rut he'd be up cruising looking for does and we'd get him to funnel right past our stand. It was really rewarding for Mikey and I to see our plan come together and actually get a harvest of 6x5 after chasing him all season.
I've been working with Cabelas for several years, dating all the way back to 2004, on a scent containment product. It's a suit that you wear that holds the scent in. It's not a product that absorbs the odors or neutralizes them, it just physically contains them. So we're back to market with another version of this suit, and it's going to be available next fall in 2012. But we're doing a lot of field testing on it right now. And ironically, the first evening that I wore the new prototype to the tree stand was November 9th when I killed the G5 buck. So we haven't had a lot of opportunities to field test it, but throughout the remainder of this season, I'm going to be spending a lot of time going over the features and really trying to tweak the design of this product. Field testing is critical in the design cycle of any new product, and that's really what the 2011 season is all about with this new suit with Cabelas. So I've got a lot of time here over the next month and a half or so of hunting. I'm going to get back out and hunt some more in November, try to fill some doe tags. We'll have the entire late season, which puts a lot of wear and tear on your garments and really tests things to the extreme. This is something that I've been working on for a number of years, like I said. So if you've been watching Midwest Whitetail since the beginning, you've seen me wear that coverall just about every single episode. So we're going to be bringing you more information on that. So keep watching the show. As we continue to tweak this design, I'll be showing you more and more about it and some of the features, and we're going to kind of catch you up to speed on it a little bit right here today. I've gotten a number of questions in the Ask Winky portion of the website about the suit that I wear when I'm hunting. And this is a product that I helped to create with Cabelas back in 2003 that ran in their catalogs in 2004 and 2005. And it's a scent containment suit. And scent containment is different from absorption or scent elimination. Basically what we're doing is we're creating a cocoon in which the scent is contained. It's held inside. It's a mechanical barrier. The scent can't get out. And the membrane itself is breathable, so the water vapor can move through it. But the porous structure of the membrane is such that it filters out the scent molecules, which are bigger than the water vapor molecules. So they're trapped inside. The scent can't get out, but it is breathable enough so it's going to be comfortable to wear in most conditions. If it's real warm, it's not going to be a real comfortable product. But in most hunting conditions, this is a great way to control your human odor, keep it inside. You don't have to have a lot of confidence in what the mixture is that we're using, because there's no mixture here. It's just a physical mechanical barrier that prevents the scent from getting out. So be looking for this in the pages of the Cabelas catalogs and on the Cabelas.com website in the coming months. This is, like I said, it's a prototype. Last I heard, the suit itself, the production model, is going to be released in the spring of 2012. Frank Miniter arrived to hunt with me about the middle of the first week in November. And Frank had been trying for 4 years. This is his 4th year of trying to get an Iowa tag. He was formerly the editor at Outdoor Life magazine, one of the editors there, and one of the editors at NRA's American Hunter magazine. So over the years, I'd spent a lot of time writing articles for Frank, and this was a great way for me to pay him back for all the years that he's really supported myself and our family. So it was good to have him in camp, and it was exciting for me to see Frank having a lot of fun and seeing some good deer on the farm.
Right, welcome to Midwest Whitetail. I've shot a good buck. I think he's right down below us. It's been one wild week, I tell you, that ended at the last hour of getting this deer. Okay then, November 7th. Now, Bill Winke's always told me November 7th is the day. Well, we got into a stand called Old Faithful, and above us on this big pasture, all we saw were bucks running, looking, chasing does, moving this way and that way, several big mature bucks. So that afternoon we decided we have to get up on top and get into this action. Well, wouldn't you know it, right away, we were only there an hour, and a big mature buck comes into the field, sees the decoy, and just beelines right for that decoy. Well, he gets to about 35 yards and turns to go around the decoy, and well, that's where I made my first mistake of this hunt. I didn't shoot. I held off thinking he's getting a little closer, let me have a sure shot. Well, he got around downwind of the decoy and he took off. So we started to rattle, and when you know it, here comes another buck from one side, a nice big mature buck, and I put a bead on him and I shot over his back. So there's my next mistake. All right, so I'm 2 strikes down, but we're still in there swinging, so we moved over to another part of the farm, not very far away at all, with the same bucks cruising, where the trail cameras were showing that a lot of the same bucks, including one big buck they call Bubba here. First afternoon in here, we have deer moving all around us. Great, okay, this is the spot. The next day we come in, and they're everywhere. We've got a buck over here with a doe and estrus. We got him chasing 2 10-pointers. One's chasing does around, the other comes in. One chases, actually clears the does out, the other buck mills around, never gets into range, and we're checking him out, we're videoing him. We're praying he's gonna come close enough, but they just don't. So we came back the next day, and that's today now, and we're looking for that buck. We're hoping to see that 10-pointer again, or at least one of the 2. He's a good buck, so we're hoping he's gonna pop in, and wouldn't you know it, we sat the whole day, and right at the end of the day, 1 hour left, he came in behind us on a trail, walks out, and I managed to make the shot. I was a little worried about the shot, and I'm a little far back, but I'm right up through his chest. So it all worked out. Now we're here, and we're gonna go find this buck. We think he's right below us. Let's go. Oh, that's a nice buck. Look at that. Wow. It took me 4 years to get that tag. This buck was worth it. What a deer. Wow.
I took a little bit of flack, not a lot, but a little bit from the viewers of the Monday episode where we brought out the G5 buck hunt. And basically, I think there's some misunderstanding of what I was trying to accomplish there. There's no question that was where the arrow hit, was not where I was aiming at on that buck. So if anybody was thinking, man, you know, what were you trying to accomplish there? Really what I had in mind as the buck was coming in, and I've had some experience with this. I've shot hundreds of deer over the years, and you know, there's a spot off to the side of the spine where you can angle through and get at least one lung, and you can get the liver. And that's a very quickly and humanely deadly shot. So that was what I was angling for, but the buck was coming in so fast and kind of moving to the side to side on me, and I didn't have a whole lot of time to be thinking. There was a lot more just reaction that was going on. And the other thing that you don't really notice, and we didn't bring it up in the video, is I'm actually crouched down on the platform itself. You know, I'm not sitting on the seat. When I disappear and drop down, I'm actually going all the way down to the platform. And that's so that Greg could film over the top of me. There was no other way that we could have gotten any video on that side of the tree without me getting clear down onto the platform. So I started running out of room for the bow. as I'm dropping the bow as this buck is coming in, I believe what happened was the string hit my leg as I was crouched. You know, I'm a pretty good sized guy at 6'5", you know, squatting right down on the platform. I take up a lot of room, and there wasn't enough room in there to get the bow where I needed it to. And you can kind of see it on the video. All of a sudden the bow starts dropping, and then, you know, I panic and fire off the shot. But you know, he died quick. You know, he dropped and got right on him with the second shot. So the deer didn't live that long. He didn't suffer a lot. But that's what happened there. You know, it was in no way my intention to shoot the deer in the location where I shot him. So anyway, hopefully that clears up any questions that you might have. One other thing to keep in mind is I do shoot heavy poundage. I've got a 32-inch straw, and I shoot 80-plus pounds. I shoot these small diameter. I've been shooting the Easton Axis arrows this year, and the Rocket Steelhead is a broadhead that's really designed for maximum penetration. So another thing to keep in mind is this shot angle might not be the best for everybody, but my equipment is more or less selected and fine-tuned for this type of a shot. You know, I want to be able to make good, clean, killing shots on just about any kind of an angle that a big deer might give me. So I've got a 32-inch draw, and I shoot over 80 pounds of draw weight, which gives me well over 100 foot-pounds of kinetic energy. I think I calculated at one time, and it was up around 115. You know, that's more than the required minimum for hunting elephants. So I think we got that part of it covered. And I shoot these small diameter Easton Axis arrows this year, and I've been using the Rocket Steelhead for 15 years. The reason I love that head is it's made out of steel. You know, it'll bust through any shoulder bone or whatever else it hits. And also it penetrates really well. I've done a lot of testing with that head, and it will out-penetrate just about anything else on the market except the 2-blade cut-on impact heads. So the whole rig is really optimized for penetration. So I felt really comfortable with what I had coming to me. My plan was good. I felt the execution just maybe left a little bit to be desired. I appreciate you joining me this week. I'm going to try to see how many episodes I can stretch out the story of the G5 buck so we can keep showing you cutaways and clips of this big deer. So that's just going to be an ongoing theme. No, I'm just kidding you. We got some awesome stuff for you on Monday. Mike Sawyer and Sam Soholt were hunting on my farm. Would have been this past weekend, and they doubled up one morning from the tree stand, which is really cool. You know, Sam filmed Mike kill a deer, and then Mike turned right around within a few minutes later and filmed Sam killing a deer. So that's going to be on the Monday show. We're also finally going to get to the discussion of the Hoyt RKT cam and on this carbon matrix that I've been shooting. I finally had a chance to get the bow together. I've been shooting it. I've been putting it off because the action's been so fast and furious on the show here that I haven't had a chance to really build this in. But I think we're going to have a window here where we can start talking about this bow a little bit more. So that's what I'll be hunting with for the remainder of the season, and I want to talk about some of those features on this new bow. So I appreciate you joining us this week. We'll see you right back here again on Monday for the next episode of Midwest Whitetail. And remember to always dream big.